I think its time is overdue. It needs to happen in the world. This is just a small beginning, and every one of you, in what ways you can participate. I don't believe in imposing anything on anybody, but if you think it's precious, if you think it's valuable for humanity, you do what you can, and each one of you, I think they can send you an email ID where you can write and say in what ways you will participate so that we know how to reach out to you, okay? It is according to your willingness, it can't be done by force. But if we do not create such spaces, I want you to take a walk in downtown San Francisco. No, don't laugh, it'll come everywhere. It'll come everywhere because you are misunderstanding the power of chemicals. You're misjudging the power of chemicals. Once they enter, this is how it will be. Human beings will be turned into rags. So, let's not turn this country into that, and in turn in the world into that thing that human beings live like rags, dirty rags on the street. If that needs to happen, we must show, your faces should display that living consciously is a far bigger kick than any intoxicant. You must be my billboard. If people see you, they must ask, what are you on? That's how you should live. That is the basis of… He is already convicted by you. Does he need to be convinced also? You don't convince a prisoner, all right? So, it's important, this needs to be done at this time. This is not about in counter to something negative happening. It's important that generation of people are absolutely for life, that we don't turn against life within ourselves by thinking something else is better than life. There is nothing else better than life. And life does not mean food, life does not mean physical pleasures, life does not mean this and that. Life means allowing this to flower, allowing this to overflow in exuberance. This must happen. This must happen in our generation. We must see that it happens to maximum number of people, because as individuals and societies and the world gets empowered with tremendous possibilities, if there is no human beings with sense, if there is no human beings with a deep commitment to the well-being of life, all these technologies, all these great possibilities will only turn against human beings. Yes. We have that responsibility as a generation who is enjoying maximum amount of technological benefits. We also have the responsibility to create the most responsible and stable generation of people. Otherwise, these same tools which are making our lives will take away our lives. Let's make it happen.
या घट भीतर बाग बगीचे, या ही में
Okay, if I tell you a joke, you won't get offended. Because this is the most serious crowd I've ever seen in the last few years. How many of them are journalism? Most of them? Okay. This happened. Shankaran Pillai, when he was in Paris, was married to a French woman. One day, it was their anniversary, first anniversary. So she invited a bunch of friends and she wanted to cook something really fresh, everything fresh. So from morning, she was driving him to this market, that market, he got this fresh vegetables, fresh meat, fresh chicken, this, that, everything. Then in the evening she said, because the French have this, snail appetizer, she said, go to the beach and get some snails, fresh, and I will make some appetizer for all the friends who are coming. So Shankaran Pillai went to the beach and he was picking up all the snails and putting it in a bucket. Then he met an old friend, an Indian guy. They hit it off and they were talking about their old times. He just forgot that he's married. You know, when you meet old friends, it happens. And both of them went to a bar and they had a few drinks and he just forgot. Then he realized, then the snails were just climbing out and one snail fell out of the bucket. He realized, oh my God, I'm supposed to take these snails, my wife, French wife, she's waiting. So he said, I need to go, and he went. By then it was already very late. He went, he knew it's not going to be pleasant. So he came near the house and spilled all the snails on the ground, threw away the bucket and went and knocked on the door. The French fury came. He turned back and said, come on you guys, we're almost there, come on, let's go. So, when are you going to pick your snails and put them in the bucket and fix them? Huh? Your problems, you must fix them, isn't it? These are not problems. I want you to understand, you are not suffering your life. You're only suffering two fantastic faculties that only… It's a privilege of being human that we have these two fantastic faculties. One is, we have a vivid sense of memory. This is because of this memory our life is so rich, unlike any other creature. And we have a fantastic sense of imagination. Now, this is what you're suffering. What happened 10 years ago, you can still suffer. Why? Are you suffering life or memory? Hello? Memory. Memory. What may happen day after tomorrow, you're already suffering? Are you suffering life or imagination? Two most fantastic faculties you have, you're suffering. So what are you asking for? You want to become once again an earthworm. An earthworm is a very eco-friendly creature, I have nothing against it. But it took millions of years of evolution to get you this size of brain, and now you're suffering it. If we take away half your brain, of course you will sit there without any anxiety, without any suffering, peacefully. What we need is, we need to remove your brain, because you're suffering your own intelligence. Yes or no? Yes. Because we gave you a very complex machine, you have not bothered to read even the user's manual. You want to just blunder around. No, young people, it's time you figure out a few things about you. If you don't know how, we will give you tools, how to figure this machine out, because in your life, many issues will come. More issues come up in your life means you're living a more active life. Nothing came up means you're not living. Yes? Lots of issues every day. I have the maximum number of trouble going on in my life on a daily basis. Because so much of activity around the world, global level of activity only with volunteers, okay? Volunteers means nobody is qualified for the job, and you can't fire them for inefficiency and they love you, what to do?